Welcome, everybody, to the Poolman University and the Pool Nation News Series, where we talk about products, trends, and people in the pool industry. Today, we have a product spotlight, and today we're talking to Todd Pieri from AquaStar Pool Products.
Thank you, Edgar. Yeah, I'm here to discuss our new pipeline filters, cartridge filters. We have two styles. Really excited about this unit. We've done about 5 years of research and R&D on this unit to increase the cleanability, one, for cartridge filters, also to increase the basic hydraulics of these filters, and then to address the number one issue that filters have in general is the filter separations, the safety of these filters. So a lot of work has gone into this unit over the last 5 years. And as I said, first and foremost, the safety of this unit, getting in and out of it in a quick manner, but also a very safe manner was super important to us. Shouldn't take 15 minutes to get a band clamp off and get into these filters. We've done a quad locking system on this unit. It takes two hands to unthread the lid. And as we unthread the lid, the O-ring actually depressurizes to the first safety locking point. And at that point, the O-ring is completely disengaged. And if the pump were on, you would get your feet wet. And at that point, you still cannot get the lid off. You need to use two hands again and release the handles, turn it a half more turn, and the lid will come off for easy access. The other issue that we found in the filters we deal with in the industry today are the hydraulics, basic hydraulics. We're moving water through these systems, and we're not doing it a very efficient way. We found that the filter really is the next energy suck on the equipment pads. We felt there was a way to do it better, and that's where the pipeline technology comes from in our unit. We built a uniform body that's different from your balloon shape or your belly shape filters that you see out there today. That uniform body allows for even flow through our filter. So it's pretty unassuming when you open up the filter. It's really simple, but it's simple because we wanted to make water move through it in an even fashion. In doing that, increased our hydraulics, but also increased our cleanability of the system. So now we're moving water around the entire element in an even fashion, and that increases the square footage use of the filter. So we're going to market selling off of usable square footage, not just square footage. We have a lot of these filters out there that we're just blowing into one side of the element, and we're getting that side of the element dirty. Pressures go up, and we have to do a filter clean. So we're not able to utilize all the square footage that we're paying for. And that was a big issue we wanted to tackle, and also that increased hydraulics as well. And so we also move into the core, where we've opened up the core about 60% more than the cores that you see in the market today. And that allows for more flow. As I was saying, we are coming to the market with two styles. We have a PLF 27,000 and a PLF 35,000. And those denote what each filter can handle gallon-wise on a commercial basis. So that's very important to note because that's an NSF standard rating, and those are commercial size pools. So when we move into the residential sides, our flow rates go up exponentially, and we can handle much more gallons than we can on the commercial side. So when we move into the residential side, on our PLF 27,000, we're at 150 GPM. And that is performing as well as any 400 or 500 square foot cartridge filter in our industry. Now keep in mind, we've pared the footprint down on these systems exponentially. So we're about half the size of the typical big cartridge filters we see in the industry. So when we can take a cartridge filter where we have a 200 square foot element in there, and we can produce 150 GPM, we can handle pools that are 50, 60,000 gallons on the residential side when we start talking 8-hour turnovers, 10-hour turnovers. And when you look at the basic footprint, the hydraulics doesn't make a whole lot of sense relative to what we know, but these are all NSF numbers. We all have to publish, all manufacturers have to publish these numbers on their filters when they go to market. So if you look at a 400 or 500 square foot filter on the market, they're typically around 150 GPM. When we move into our PLF 35,000, that actually goes up to 200 GPM. And then when we look at the basic hydraulics, again, NSF testing, our PSI range at 150 GPM on our 27,000 is 4. So we're outperforming almost 3 times what these bigger filters, your 400s and your 500 square foot filters are doing. The range that you see these filters in is 11 psi, 12 psi. So we have about a 7 psi differential at 150 GPM on both units relative to a 400 or a 500 square foot. So we're moving water through these very, very simple in a very, very efficient fashion. And that's where that pipeline technology comes along. Then also when we talk about the cleanability of the unit, we're really proud of this because NSF does a turbidity test with all filters when they're certifying them. This turbidity test is where they take a pool of water, tank of water, gunk it up, oils, lotions, debris, dirt, and they give the filters, cartridge filters in our industry, 5 passes to clean the water up to 70%. That's 5 turnovers. That's a lot of turnovers to clean water. We're moving water through filter. We need to clean it. DE filters on our market clean in 1 pass, right? They're great. They clean up to about 98% in 1 pass. So when we look at our NSF rated filter, we cleaned in 1 pass as well. Now we're not as good as DE, but we're 4 times better than any of the other cartridge filters out there on the market. So we have a proprietary element that we designed. We have Pleatco make it. We really like their media, but we didn't necessarily agree with their design. So another part of the increase in hydraulics and cleanability is that element is designed to eliminate pleats, which allow you to use that square footage in the back of that element. We're not packing a bunch of pleats together. So we eliminated pleats, and then we also stretched it out. So we went to the manufacturer's threshold of how long that pleat could be. And so we stretched them out, we eliminated them. So now, again, going back to the usable square footage, you are using every part of our element when you're cleaning your pool. So again, really excited about this line. We've changed the footprint for you guys. We made it a smaller unit. We made it a safer unit. Everybody can get into this unit on your team. Everybody becomes a filter cleaner. It is an amazing, amazing unit. The hydraulics are outkicking those filters twice its size, even bigger than twice its size. And then the cleanability aspect of it is also outkicking the competition almost 4 times as good on the cleanability side. So really, really excited about these units, and they're in stock, ready to go. So again, the PLF 27,000 and the PLF 35,000.
And we had the pleasure of having you guys in the studio and us being able to actually put our hands on that filter. And I truly believe that every engineering aspect that was put into that filter is game changing. And we talked about it a little bit in the old days, right? We always thought that the bigger heaters, if it was bigger, it was better. And what I find so amazing is that so many years in the industry and nobody else had kind of come and looked at this and said, you know, we're not efficient. We're not using all the square footage, and we can make something that's smaller and still handle that entire pool and that entire body of water and focus on the hydraulics and the flow is huge. So Todd, I'm super excited about this product. Love that it's a smaller footprint, that you can kind of get it in there, save a lot of space on the pad. So super excited about the product. Everybody listening out there, if you have not checked one of these filters out, go to your distributor, ask for them, watch the podcast. It is definitely a game changer in the industry. Thanks so much, Todd. Really appreciate it. For everybody listening to the Pool Nation News, thank you so much for the Western Pool and Spa Show for partnering with us. Todd, we'll catch you on the next one.